today, first off, welcome to Warframe Wiki Wednesday. Sorry for not streaming over the last week. Roughly, we had some internet issues, so I wasn't able to really do anything in regards to getting on the internet, streaming, so on and so forth. So, but I did want to let you guys know that I'm back up and running, and we should have some more content coming out soon. So, long story short, today is we're going to be talking about Exalted weapons for Warframe Wiki Wednesday, which basically every Wednesday we cover particular hot button issues. Now, this particular week is Zephyr, but Zephyr is a Warframe, so I might be covering it, the ability Tornado maybe next. But I want to cover Exalted weapons real quick, as there was some confusion from myself, right? So let's go ahead and cover this. So Exalted weapons, right? Exalted weapons are special weapons exclusive to certain Warframes that can only be summoned and used upon activating their corresponding Warframe's ability. Sorry about that. Exalted weapons will take the place of any equipped weapon for as long as the corresponding ability is active. The stats and performance of these weapons are affected by mods equipped on the weapons themselves, and also by certain mods equipped on the Warframe, such as ability duration mods, depending on the weapon. Certain mods, such as weapon augments, cannot be equipped on Exalted weapons, and ribbon mods are not generated for them. These weapons do not utilize ammunition, and instead consume energy, either per shot or continuously while active. To see which specific mods affect each weapon, visit their ability pages. All Exalted weapons come with a pre-built Orokin catalyst. Nice to know. Regardless of whether the Warframe has an equipped Orokin reactor or not, and can be polarized with Forma. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and list off the Exalted weapons. So there is Baruch's Desert Wind, comes by way of his Serene Sandstorm. There's of course Excalibur with his Exalted Blade. There is Garuda with Garuda's Talons. This is simply by not equipping a melee weapon, then they'll go on ahead and show up for you. We have Hildren's Balefire, which is the Balefire Charger. We have Ivara and her Artemis Bow. We have Mesa and her Peacemaker ability. The weapon is known as the Regulators. We have Titania and her Dex Pixia and the Diwata, which is, secondary in melee. This comes by way of Razorwing. We have Valkyr's Talons, which comes by way of Hysteria. And we have Wukong's Iron Staff, which comes by way of Primal Fury. Then of course we have the Necromech. That one has its own Exalted weapon known as the Archivex, and the ability to trigger that is known as Guard Mode. There are some notes to take take in consideration in regards to these. So kills with an Exalted weapon grants 100% of their affinity to the respective Warframe. So if I kill using the Talons, I'm not going to get melee affinity, I'm going to get Garuda affinity, and it's not going to disperse between anything else that I have equipped. So be mindful of that. If you're leveling weapons, do not kill using Mace's Peacemakers, otherwise your weapons will not level. Okay. Actually, let me get into this as well. Exalted weapons always gain the same amount of affinity as their Warframe, but level faster due to the lower affinity requirements for weapons, right? Being it's a weapon, Warframes take 6,000, weapons take 3,000. Focus lenses cannot be installed on Exalted weapons, but they feed the Warframe's lens as described. So, I don't think I have this I don't think I have a lens on Mesa. I do not. But let's say I had a lens on Mesa, I could use the Peacemakers and the focus will go to Mesa. That's basically what they're talking about. While Exalted weapons gain rank, they do not contribute towards a player's mastery rank. Exalted weapons can be used and will benefit from equipped mods in weapon-specific sorting missions, which is pretty interesting. That's nice. So let's say you have a sniper mission, you can take Mesa and use her Regulators. That's basically what they're talking about. Or they're talking about rifle only, and you wanted to use a melee, you can use Valkyr's Talons, basically. Damage dealt by Exalted weapons depends on the rank of the weapon ability. The weapon's rank only affects mod capacity. While set mods can be equipped on Exalted weapons, they do not benefit from nor contribute to the set bonuses. So, for example, if you have, this is Exalted weapons only, okay? Take note to that. If you say, let's say we have Valkyr, right? And we have Valkyr's Talons. and you go to put, I don't know, Gladiator Might or something on. Boom. If I switch this out for this, it'll show like it's there, but it's not actually there, right? Like I'm not going to get the bonus. It's only going to give me a 60% crit chance and not the bonus. Keep in mind, this only applies to exalted weapons, not pseudo exalted, but exalted weapons. The sacrificial mod set is an exception to this. Let me check the comments, by the way. All right, cool. Sorry about that. What's up, Ronald? How you doing? With the, do you see the? Yeah, I know. Ever since you brought it up to me, everybody and their mama is bringing up Zephyr, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Remember, I told you got to use something like larva or whatever. But if not larva, then you're gonna need some way to pull them in. As long as you can pull them in, you're fine. But that's, yeah, everybody's on Zephyr now. It's really weird. But yeah, I feel you on that one. So anyway, the sacrificial mod set is an exception to this. You can use sacrificial mods and the bonuses do carry over, in which that if you have 2 sacrificial mods equipped, then, or both the sacrificial mods, they enhance each other, so that stays. The Vigilante mod set and Gladiator mod set can still apply if equipped on a primary melee or robotic weapons, but not on the exalted weapon themselves. So if I wanted the Gladiator mod set, I could simply put that on, like the melee, or I could put it on like a Sentinel, and it should carry over to, the mods here, or it should carry over to the weapon. Melee combo counter mods like Drift and Contact, right, or the Acolyte mods like Blood Rush, Weave and Wound, stuff like that. Those cannot be equipped on exalted weapons. So if you want to put Blood Rush, Weave and Wound, anything like that, you cannot. It's just simply impossible. This has been a thing, it will be a thing, and I think that's simply because the exalted weapons are kind of just busted in their own way. Anyway, oh, and also Amalgam mods cannot be equipped on them. Garuda's Talons are an exception to this. I think that's because hers is a little different, because you don't use an ability to use hers, if that makes any sense. So just to show you that, we're going to go to Garuda, as said in Fighting EX Layer. We're going to go here, and as you can see, we can put on Amalgam Organ Shatter, right? So equipping the Zorus alongside an exalted weapon ability will reset their melee combo counter. Ribbon mods are not generated for exalted weapons. Stance Forma cannot be applied to exalted weapons. Makes total sense. Garuda's Talons are an exception to this. However, it receives no benefit due to all available claw stances sharing the same polarity. They should probably just, yeah, whatever. Anyway, although not a weapon, Venari functions as an active exalted companion for Korra that is separately moddable. Exalted weapons can trigger arcane enhancements, however. Arcane enhancement effects, sorry about that. However, Arcane Arachne does not apply to exalted weapons. If you're unsure what Arachne is, Arachne gives you additional damage when you're clinging to a wall. So, I used to use this on my Loki back when I was playing to be a ninja and whatnot. But if you use this, right, wall adds 150 damage for 30 seconds, blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is simply touch the wall and you can get additional damage, but it doesn't apply to exalted weapons. Okay, I think from what it says, it's just that, okay? That pretty much covers exalted weapons for the most part. Now, it's not saying anything particularly about pseudo-exalted weapons. Now, pseudo-exalted weapons are a little bit different. These are things, because they're not necessarily weapons per se, but they're things that scale with your melee mods, basically, right? This is stuff like Atlas's first. These, who else? It's Atlas's first, it's Gara's second, and first and fourth, right? And you have, who is it? Korra's, you got Korra's first, and I want to say there's like one more, right? Those are but basically those are considered pseudo exalted, right? So not to be confused with exalted. Big takeaway I want you guys to leave with after watching this is if you can put mods on that weapon, it's an exalted item, right? So if you can put mods on it, set bonuses don't carry over. They are probably going to be super busted. The mods work, but the bonuses won't carry over. If you cannot mod it, but it scales with melee mods, the set bonuses carry over for the most part. But I want to make sure that this information got out there, as I was confused And I'm sure not a lot of people were confused about this, but going off the wiki, it confused me because it was weird. So for my own resolve, I thought it would be fair if I put this out there. The one who pointed this out to me was Snowy, so credit to him for pointing this out to me. And something happened with my headphones. That was really weird. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next piece of content. Holla, Piss, Plays, and Hustlers. All right, peace. Woo!